If I had to pick a favorite horror icon, it would definitely be the Phantom of the Opera. I think what I like so much about the character is that they're not owned by any one company. They're in the public domain. Anybody can make a movie or write a story or do anything with the character and put their own creative spin on it. Such is the case with the 1989 version starring Robert Englund. It takes the story of Phantom and mixes it with elements of Faust, Jack the Ripper, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Instead of wearing a mask, the Phantom uses the skin of his victims to create a new face. At the beginning and end of the film are scenes that take place in the present. This was done as a sequel was planned that would take place in modern-day New York, and this was a way to tie it in. The film has an incredible cast, led by Englund as well as Jill Schoelen, Bill Nighy, and Molly Shannon from SNL in her first movie role. The original production was under Canon, but when they folded it was past the 21st century. In promotion, they leaned heavily into Englund's tenure in Nightmare on Elm Street. They put on the poster, "Robert Englund was Freddy. Now he's the Phantom of the Opera." The Scream Factory release also has an alternative cover labeled Freddy the Musical. Englund felt the movie was in the same style as the Hammer films, which is pretty clear with all the blood and explicitness. It was a little too much, though, as when it was submitted for rating, it got an X and had to be trimmed down. One thing I didn't notice the first time watching this is that there's no chandelier crash in this film. It's a key point in the novel and almost every other adaptation. It wasn't included here due to budget limitations. The sequel was going to be titled Phantom of the Opera 2, Terror in Manhattan. Englund was under contract for it, and he even felt the script was better than the first. The movie's poor box office and critical reception put a stop to this. The script for it, however, would be rewritten for 1992's Danse Macabre, which also featured Robert Englund. It eventually found its audience on home video and got a special edition release from Scream Factory. I like the idea of the sequel. It could still be made as a standalone film with maybe some cameos and allusions to the original. Like I said, that's why I enjoy the Phantom of the Opera. You can put them in any scenario and get creative. What do you think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below. The content on this channel is made possible from viewers like you. Help the channel grow by supporting me on Ko-fi, which you can find a link to below. You can also help by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.